Norway Chess 2013. And well, maybe let's have a look at the opening moves of Magnus's game. I think
it's Carlsen again. I guess we have to follow, or what?
We are in Carlsen country, so in that case, it's not such a bad idea.
Carlsen against Radjabov,
and that definitely promises. Well, there is some intrigue there.
To me, it seems like Radjabov has big complexes against Magnus. Magnus has beaten him so many times, and it doesn't look like Radjabov plays at his ordinary level when he plays Magnus,
and
which is good for Magnus.
Yeah, and that's a purely psychological thing, you think?
But Radjabov is of course available to beat anybody.
I guess so. He beat Veselin Topalov in the first round, who is not who's a former world champion. And a player in great shape lately. So are they? Yeah, they are about to start. So are you going to follow Magnus's game?
I've opened Magnus' game, I think.
Let's see.
So when something happens, we will be there and catch it.
Well, he takes off his jacket. I don't know.
I don't know how many people follow this, but it's actually India against China on board 3 there, and against Wang Hao.
Yeah.
Do you think there are many people from India and China following their heroes?
Well, if it's only a percentage, we'll be very happy. So yes, but I think many people there, particularly in India.
How many do you think there are following Anand and now Wang Hao when they play tournaments like this?
I think with Anand it's a lot. I mean, he's really very popular in his country. In China, chess is relatively small, so I don't expect that too many people follow that, apart from the in crowd. But in India, you see, you meet an Indian and you ask, do you know Anand? And chances are very, very high that they know him.
Yes.
With the Chinese chess players, I think your chances are much, much lower. So, are they moving? No.
Let's just start it now.
Okay. They shake hands and hoops. There goes Magnus's knight to f3. Do you get the game there?
I don't know what. Here it comes.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you have a copy. If you. That's what you do.
A slow start, very slow start actually for Magnus.
Okay, there's a fianchetto of both bishops. But that's the good thing about Blitz, that even slow starts, they look fast. At least they go quickly.
That's the way Magnus plays these days. He plays he always plays very slowly actually, which is a bit surprising.
Yeah.
Since he's the best in the world, but that's his style.
Yeah. Okay, so what are his plans here?
I wish I could get the games up here, because
which game do you want to go to? Well, there's the game live.
I don't get it on my analysis screen. But most of it's not really possible to analyze anything with Blitz anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We can just follow it live.
Okay.
And
well, so what's happening in Magnus's game? Are you still moving?
That's just very, very slow, and there's absolutely nothing that says that Magnus should have any advantage whatsoever. Actually, to me, it looks like actually black is a bit better with the space advantage.
Okay. Well, then both players who lost in the previous round are playing each other, so they. It's Jon Ludwig is playing against Veselin Topalov.
Jon Ludwig, that's interesting. To me, it seems like Jon Ludwig has started very well.
picture might be worth having. It had been well understood by the scientists and philosophers of classical antiquity that the Earth was a mere point in a vast, encompassing cosmos.
Wouldn't surprise me if he did, but from the beginning it looked like absolutely nothing.
But now he seems to...
Might be something now, because the pawn on b4 is a little bit weak, and Radjabov, the pawn on b4 is weak. And Magnus has got the A line. And actually the pawn on d5 is weak as well. Oh no, it becomes interesting.
That's an interesting decision to take these doubled pawns.
That was special. I'm not sure that was good, to be honest.
You mean special is not always good, but...
it was the natural move to take with the e pawn on d4.
But he will have had a clear plan with this. Or you thought it was instinct?
Magnus plays on instinct.
Yeah. Well, so far his instinct has not disappointed him.
But
so
what's this? Isn't Magnus just losing a pawn now? He's going to double on the second rank, on the 7th rank. So and that might be something, but not for very long, because now the one rook is disappearing.
And well, with only one rook, it's very difficult to double rooks.
But this is actually a little bit double-edged, because there might be something with knight e5, and Magnus has to take that one on d8, and then follow up with rook a7 maybe, or knight e5.
Yeah. I think in Jon Ludwig's game, things have not gone too well.
Is very similar to a very classical pattern game with Capablanca, I think.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Magnus is on the wrong side.
Oops. And what's the result?
Black won that game, so I think Magnus is actually in trouble just by. And on one against Wang Hao.
All right. So, happiness in India. The world champion scores his first point, which is not that much of a surprise because he's an awesome Blitz player. So, And another black win. Peter Svidler wins against Aronian. So that's...
So Aronian is not having a good start.
Yeah, that's...
But of course Petr Svidler can beat anybody.
Of course, he's 6-time Russian champion, which is not something everyone can say.
Yes,
and
that explains, that actually says a lot, because there is a reason for him winning all those titles.
Yeah, he's often forgotten when people are talking about the, let's say, the greatest Russian players at the moment. But of course, he's a formidable player. And as we could see in London at the candidates tournament, where he did so well and finished only half a point behind Magnus and Kramnik. So how's Magnus doing?
Magnus is fighting for a draw. And so is Jan Ludwig, and he's fighting very well, because it is a perpetual right away.
Oops.
Excellent. There's no way black can get away with that one.
Well, that was a turbulent game. I mean, both of them winning at some point, and
oh no, Magnus is losing. Unless he has that's losing. This Magnus is losing.
Oops, that's a tough one.
No doubt about that. It's resignable.
So Radjabov has some small revenge for the loss that he suffered in the penultimate round in London. That very, very crucial game for Magnus. And yeah, this is clear. Oops, so that's not a very good start for...
That's a reminder, because...